crowd all the time. Forget the press box. Let's just stay out in the crowd.
Metal buildings.
Yeah.
Just a detriment to what to
Definitely
signal.
going to get, we're good. So we are definitely going to get one of those right there.
They're coming through, Garrett. Watch that one.
Watch all the cores, guys. Sorry.
Go this way. Go this way. Use me. Use that shoulder. Get up here, big boy. You can make it.
We're just going to have to get one of those. All right, Friday Night Bulldog fans. We have moved outside. Hopefully that has helped tremendously. And we hope to not go back to the drawing board, but update the drawing board, John.
Right. Modify, adapt, overcome.
We're going to go from a chalkboard to a whiteboard, maybe.
All right.
So we hope everything is fine now. And boy, things went great the last 2 weeks. And it's been a disaster this week, but not for the scoreboard if you're a Bulldog fan. 48-0 is the score. We have added a few extra minutes for some stretching, I believe. And so that's why we're a little bit beyond the 2 minutes that I just posted about on our Facebook page.
Yeah, there's a lot of different variables when it comes to broadcasting this live stream. We have a hotspot that is sponsored by AT&T, so it depends on where you are in location to their cell phone towers and where they're broadcasting, how good a signal we pick up. There's all kinds of variables, such as the building that we're in. It is a metal framed building. It has siding on it that does not let usually cellular data or broadband transmit through it. It's more of a reflector, and it doesn't allow the signal to pass through very easily. So we have relocated outside and removed our hotspot outside, so hopefully we'll have better signal outside.
Well, and the silver lining in the clouds, which is not my nature, but the silver lining is it's not quite the game that it was last week.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we've had this many problems last week, we may have been run out of town.
Yeah, definitely been escorted somewhere.
Or by someone. So we are at the start of the second half. Rhett Butler to kick it away for the Bulldogs. Short kick to the
live
26.
Ball.
That is a live ball. And the almost called them the Indians for the third time, but the Tigers.
Cleveland Tigers.
A little bit of confusion on who was going to get that.
Yeah, you got to call it. It's like a foul fly ball in the outfield. Mine.
As long as it goes 10 yards, it is a live ball. So the Tigers able to fall on it before the Bulldogs fell on it, as we have seen at least one time previously in the first half. If you're just now joining us, this is second half action of Wagoner versus Cleveland. We appreciate those that have stayed with us through all of the stuff that happened on first half. Hopefully we will be smooth sailing for the second half. This is the first possession for the Tigers from their own 27-yard line. Here is a handoff over the left side, and just like we ended the first half, we started the second half, and that is Bryce Steele in the backfield for the Bulldogs.
And it looks like Cleveland has a new quarterback in for them, number 18. Number 11 was the quarterback for the first half, so maybe they're just looking to get some reps for some of their kids, which is not always a bad thing.
John, I don't know if you saw that and they're still doing it on the Tiger sideline. Once that tackle was made, I saw something go up in the air, and I've mentioned how we ended the first half, and I was like, oh boy, here we go with some flags, but it was a football being tossed over there. Speaking of toss, that's a toss from the quarterback to his wide receiver.
Number 18 gets his first completion there. Nice throw, nice catch on the Cleveland sideline.
Goes up high and grabs it at the 30 and forced out of bounds there for a pickup of about 7 after that 2-yard loss on the previous play. 3rd and 7 for the Tigers from their own 30 as we start this second half. Quarterback rolling to his left, looking that way, And is that Atkins with the interception?
He got it. He did get it.
Number 6, Sean Atkins. I believe that's his second Oski for the night. Just steps right in front of the receiver.
Yeah, he kind of played it unemotional, like it was not a big deal. He was like, okay, I got an interception. I stepped out of bounds, and Bulldog football.
And
I mean, he made a jump on it, and I was like, well, I guess he just knocked it down. But no, we got it.
I was definitely unsure of it as well because of his reaction.
Yeah.
Maybe he was thinking that he stepped out of bounds,
Maybe so.
something
Maybe
like that.
Thought he ran out of real estate.
The ref was right on top of the call, and Bulldog ball after Atkins comes up with his second Oski of the night. 1st and 10 Bulldogs on the Tiger 38-yard line.
And we've got a new quarterback in as well.
We do. Decaden Ford, sophomore quarterback. Here's Tayshawn Williams. Tayshawn Williams takes the corner down the sidelines, finally runs out of the bounds at about the 21-yard line. A pickup of about 13 on the play. Sophomore quarterback Decaden Ford getting early action in this second half.
Yeah, around the left side, nothing but open field there. I do think Cleveland has some of their number 2s in on defense. Some of the numbers I don't recognize from the first half, so they're getting some of their kids action as well. Playing time is always good. Get that experience.
Here's a 1st and 10 now from the Tiger 22-yard line. Stevie Brown, big hole over the right side, picking his way through the secondary. Number 5, also a sophomore, Stevie Brown, inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line. I could have run through that one.
You could have ran through that. I could have ran through that. And Garrett, you could have went with us. We'd all
possibly
made it through that
with
hole.
the camera.
Yeah, with our equipment. Yeah, nice play. At the end of that play, and I was nice to see as a former person who did blocking. I was a tight end, but I did do blocking. I saw number 70 down the field making a locked up on his block, sticking with him. Had him 10 yards down the field blocked.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Here's Tayshawn Williams. Williams looking for the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs.
Touchdown Bulldogs.
Number 21, Tayshawn Williams, 7 yards away. And the Bulldogs have eclipsed the half-century mark on their first possession of this second half.
Here we go, fight song.
Rhett Butler trying to make it 7 of 8. Kick is up, and it is good. The true freshman, number 23, Rhett Butler, stepping in and blocks him, the original kicker, and Butler doing just fine.
Yep, doing just fine.
And even if he wasn't, his grandparents are sitting right in front of us,
beside us,
and we would talk about how awesome he was doing.
Yeah.
Steve and Patty Butler, Rhett Butler's grandma and grandpa. Steve was an All-Stater for the Wagoner Bulldogs.
Yeah, played for Jess Page.
Okay, all right. So 55-0 for the
Mr.
Bulldogs.
Butler just says, you guys score, let me kick it.
Bulldogs.
Yeah. Once again, Cleveland elects to, on the returns, they're going sideways. So not sure of the theory of that, but hasn't really worked for them.
Number 9, Bo McFarland, down quickly to make the stop. He's made several stops on the special team sides. He is a junior, 5'9", 155 on the roster.
And for the Bulldog defense, I do see a little bit some cleaner jerseys on the field. So some guys that are in there that haven't got action so far.
Tigers from the shotgun on a 1st and 10 from their 26.
A little mix up in the backfield as the quarterback was unable to make the handoff.
And there was a lot of different colored jerseys there as far as white and red, several of either side in a whole mess right there.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure exactly who made the tackle, but I think I saw all but 3 white shirts involved.
It was like 2 huddles moving to the Cleveland sideline. Huddle of offense, huddle of defense as the ball moved towards the out of bounds.
A loss of 4 back to the 22-yard line.
Boom!
And here is tailback over the right side. And that is number 56 for the Bulldogs. Number 56 is Garen Arnold. He's a sophomore, 5'10", defensive lineman, weighing in at 185 pounds.
I was going to give him 175.
It may be 180. The last number's cut off. It's a 1 and an 8 for sure. Here's the Tigers on a 3rd and 15 call. Quarterback scrambling to his left, throws it to the receiver, tries to tiptoe on the sidelines, but that ball falls incomplete as number 6 doing his tightrope act.
Yeah, he laid out for it. His best effort there to try to make a completion. If he would have brought that in, that would have been a Cleveland first down. But it'll bring up 4th and it's like about 15 for the Tigers.
4 for the Tigers as the punter stands at about his 11. Clean snap, and the punt is up and away, and they're doing everything that they can to not punt it to, this time, Bo McFarland back, as I think Swanson may have called it tonight.
So one thing about the punter, he is consistent. He's very consistent. Sometimes people say as athletes, I just want to be more consistent. Well, he's definitely got the consistency down.
Well, and you have
putting it away from the receiver,
and he is doing that, and maybe not the net yardage he wants on the punt, but nevertheless doing his job. Here's Stevie Brown trying to get to the outside.
Nice play by number 18.
Which I believe is the one that's checked in for the quarterback.
That is correct. Yeah, he's playing quarterback on offense. Nice tackle in the open field.
A rare loss on the play for the Bulldogs back to the 31. We'll call it a loss of 3, 2nd and 13, as it looks to be that the Bulldog starters, looks like maybe all of them have called it a night here in Cleveland.
Yeah, it's rightfully so.
Forward from the shotgun on a 2nd and 13. Forward drops back to pass, looks in the flat, finds McFarland. McFarland makes one tackler miss, makes a second, and gets inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Nice patience by Ford.
Yeah, stepping back and avoiding the rush, sidestepping the rush, and then able to throw it out in the flats to number 9, McFarland. Is that correct?
Yes.
Bo McFarland. Yeah, for a nice gain. Brings up about the 3rd and long 1.
McFarland showing what he can do on the offensive side. We've seen what he's done on the special team side on a 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs. Ball just inside the 20 of the Tigers. Brown in motion. McFarland gets the call.
Oh, met in the backfield. Number 86 in there for Cleveland, making a nice stop for loss of 2 on the play.
Little misdirection by the Bulldogs, and it was not number 86. 86 was not fooled by it.
No, he saw it all the way.
As we come to the closing seconds of the 3rd quarter, we're at 10 seconds. This will probably be the last play, barring an incomplete pass before time runs out. Here's Ford, finds Brown out in the flat. Brown looking for first down yardage, but what do you have to do first, John?
Well, first, Jeremy, you got to catch the ball before you run. You got to catch it, tuck it, then run.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter. The score is 55-0 for the Bulldogs. Entering the 4th, we'll update our Facebook page, and hopefully this 3rd quarter, although flying by very quickly, hopefully it was streaming a lot better.
Yeah, hopefully it was streaming as fast as it was played. Well, Jeremy with 55 points on the board, pretty comfortable lead there. It does remind me of the speed limit back in the day. It seemed like we were in high school. The speed limit was 55.
It was.
Sammy Hagar, I Can't Drive 55, for those of you that want to go back that far. The Red Rocker had a popular hit with I Can't Drive 55.
So I think we're safe now, John, to talk about next week.
Oh, next week.
Next week,
Thursday night.
Next Thursday night. We will be a week from tonight. Again, we talked about this in pregame. Thursday night this week because of Cleveland being on their fall break. Thursday night next week because Wagoner is on their fall break.
Yeah, we'll be hosting Tulsa McLean as they come to town to what should be the 8-0 Bulldogs.
Yeah. And speaking of those days, back in my day and your day, I believe it was the McLean Scotsman.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you said Titans earlier, I was like, no, that's not right. No, it's McLean Scots. But
here's quarterback downfield.
Oh,
that
clock
intercepted. That's Bo McFarland. McFarland with a full head of steam.
Oh,
a couple tackles inside the 5 to the 3-yard line, and all of a sudden, number 9, Bo McFarland, all over the place.
Yeah, he's up for defensive player of the game tonight. He's had a really great game.
On that note, John, it'll be kind of difficult to narrow down who our FNB players of the week are, because with the shutout looming, with the score presumably staying as it is, the only mishap, if you want to call it that, we've had a couple of penalties and a tough snap and kick on an extra point.
Right.
Other than that,
pretty flawless.
And here is, I believe that's McFarland going to finish what he started.
Yep.
This time on the offensive side. They said, why not?
Why? Rightfully so. You'd almost scored. Let's give it to you and let you get that touchdown. Let you get 6.
Number 9, Bo McFarland.
Coming through. Need a hand?
As Wagoner is eclipsing the 60-point mark. 61 to be exact. Rhett Butler up to make it 62. But looks like Ford, okay. I thought Ford was going to step back under center, but he's going to be the
he's
holder.
He's going to hold, yeah. He's usually got your quarterback or your punter as the holder most of the time.
Butler to make it 8 of 9, and we're going to blow that one dead. Somebody started early. I'm not sure which side, though. Looks like
offsides.
Tigers started early this time.
Yeah, they jumped, either lined up in the neutral zone and offsides, or crossed into that neutral zone before the ball was snapped. There's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. No good.
Wide right. That one goes wide right. And so the score will remain Wagoner 61, Cleveland 0. And again, if you're just now joining us, you probably asked where the third quarter went. We've gone to a continuous clock here because of the score, and usually that is a halftime conversation between coaches to decide on whether they want to do that or not. I believe that whoever is on the receiving end of the score, so to speak, has the option to decline, and go straight up like it was in the first half. But that decision has been made, so the clock continues to run as we are under the 9-minute mark.
Yep.
As always, if you're still with us at home and something freezes and stays there for a while, or you can't hear audio, kick your refresh button, maybe open up another stream. As John, the Tigers, as they have all night long, have struggled with this short kick.
Right. Mr. Butler is kicking it where they're not.
Right.
Yeah, he's putting it in the holes, and nobody knows what to do on the receiving end. It just lands softly and bounces a couple times, and then they're like, oh, okay, I guess we better get on that.
Been maybe not very effective off the tee if you're to watch it, but the end result has been almost perfect.
Right.
And in one instance was when we recovered it.
When we covered it, right. So in on defense, looks like we got number 79 in there on defense. That was Stuart Young.
Yep, Stuart making the stop.
Oh, made the stop. Nice play. Also got number 55 in there on defense. That is Sebastian McCoy. Got number 13 here at defensive end. That is Jaron Brown. And then on the left defensive end, I got number 35. And that shows to be Rylan Whitaker, if I said that pronounced.
Yep.
Rylan Whitaker.
2nd and 10, Tigers, quarterback trying to get to the outside. Number 13.
Yep, I think that's Rylan Whitaker.
Okay.
No, Jaron Brown. I'm sorry, Jaron Brown.
Making a stop for the Bulldogs, I believe, for a loss.
Yeah, he was stopped him, I'd say about a 3-yard loss. So, yeah, our Bulldogs in on the 2nd string, making a show for themselves. And then at linebackers, we have number 7, Jeffrey Falk. We have number 25, that is Javon Smith. We got number 9 still in there, Bo McFarland, who's had quite a night. Number 8 in at corner, that is Boston Wybrandt.
Javon Smith was one of our FNB Honorable Mention Players of the Week, as he has been showing up big on special teams the last 2 weeks.
Nice.
So that's why I was able to jump in on that one, as many of these players are on special teams, and even though we may not call their number, still play an integral part of, because if they're getting blocked out of the tackle, that means another player is able to be there on the tackle.
That's true.
Here's a punt for the Tigers. This
time,
my
goodness,
right down the
launched
middle.
It.
And here is McFarland. McFarland taking his chances, runs over one Tiger, and now caught from the back. Oh, he fumbles, and looks like the Bulldogs recovered.
Yeah, we got a penalty there on the return. Penalty flag thrown pretty briskly at the 42. So, ref did see something that most likely is going to go against the Bulldogs. I would say possibly a holding or a block in the back.
Number 55, Sebastian McCoy, able to recover that fumble to maintain possession despite the penalty. But as we were saying, John, I know sometimes we call the same numbers over and over again, but that doesn't mean that no one else is contributing to what's going on.
It is a team sport.
Absolutely.
Everybody has a job to do.
Absolutely. There's 11 guys out there on the field, and everybody's got a job to do, and sometimes that's taken on a double or triple team.
Right.
Sure. So the Bulldogs will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 23-yard line, as a lot of new numbers out on the offensive side of things. Number 2, Decaden Ford from the shotgun. And this is number 6 for the Bulldogs, breaking tacklers. And I believe that was number 6 or number 5.
Stevie Brown.
Oh, okay, Stevie Brown, number 5, has been in since the second half started. Checks in as the tailback for the Bulldogs.
9.
Gets 9 on the play as the Tigers trying to rip that ball away, and Brown able to secure it.
Right.
So after a pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs. The ball is at just inside the 32-yard line. We're under the 4-minute mark in this ball game.
And if you hadn't heard earlier, it is a continuous clock, so the game will end in about a little over 3.5 minutes.
McFarland picking his way down the Cleveland sideline across the 45. He's going to get to the
right on the 45.
Right on the 45.
For Bulldog first down.
3:30 now left in this contest. And really, John, we don't have much of a post game because there's just what you've seen is, despite all the problems that we've had here, there's just too many highlights to recount everything.
Yeah, we've dominated both sides of the ball. We've put up a lot of points.
I think we punted the ball one time.
I think that's right.
I think the Tigers held us on downs one time, I believe, turnover on downs. Other than that, every possession has led to a
resulted in touchdown.
And hence the score at 61.
Yeah, no field goals, all touchdowns. Pretty sure that's, if my math is correct, that should be 9 touchdowns.
Yep. So we
fake handoff to
this
number
is
9
Ford,
and he's got nothing but green.
Ford down
Speed.
the sidelines, and he gets inside the 20, almost to the 15-yard line. Ford on a quarterback keeper, able to race down the Bulldog sideline, and if we're not careful here, John, we may be scoring another touchdown as the Bulldogs are keeping it simple. They're not throwing the ball. They're just lining up and say, stop us if you can.
Stop us if you can.
Ford up under center, presumably in the victory formation, and that is what it is. Decaden Ford able to take that victory kneel.
Yeah, just a couple more snaps, and that should do it. Bulldog Nation, good showing for the Bulldogs tonight as they've put up 61 points on the Cleveland Tigers.
And we will have some, it'll be a little different tomorrow, John, is again Thursday night Bulldogs. And so we're
got the night off.
Yeah, we got the night off. We're not going to know what to do.
Yeah. And watch other football games.
Keep up with scores on other football games. Looks like Ford's going to have to take one more knee, maybe, as we're 40 seconds, and maybe they go ahead. No, we're going to have to take one more knee officially to end this, and go ahead and do it now to restart that clock. And this will be the final snap. Ford up under center, takes the knee, and that is the ball game.
Good job, Bulldogs. Fight song once again.
As the band has got plenty of workout tonight, we may give them the FNB Players of the Week.
Give them a game ball.
They have definitely been, they will rest well tonight along with the Bulldogs out on the field, as the Wagoner Marching Band has been very busy tonight here in Cleveland, Oklahoma. We hope the second half went way better than the first half, and looks like we're going to be getting some new equipment, and hopefully that'll be in before next Thursday. Although when we're at home, it seems like everything goes pretty well. So in any event, I think that we've narrowed it down to that hot spot, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to try to remedy that before we come back next Thursday. And we will be back next Thursday at home, WL Odom Field, 7 o'clock kickoff, pregame at 6:45. John will be with me, and Garrett will be behind the camera again. And the Bulldogs, John, will be looking to make it 8-0.
Yeah, we're undefeated for the season, undefeated district. So as we battle through the district, we want to make sure that we win all we can. And that takes us home field advantage through the first 2 games of the playoff, if I remember right.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Before we go to a neutral site. So proud of you, Bulldogs. Way to go.
We are home with McLean on Thursday of next week, the following Friday against Catoosa away, and then ending at home with senior night against Miami on November 3rd.
Miami War Dogs, okay.
Beyond that, we're looking at, as if things continue to go this way, we're looking at 2 playoff games at home. And as if we continue to go on from there, that semifinal game will be at a neutral site, and then, of course, the state championship game. But there's a lot of football to play before that. So
1 game at a time.
We're going to call it good from here, Cleveland, Oklahoma, Billy Vessels Memorial Stadium. Bulldogs win in convincing fashion, 61-0 over the Cleveland Tigers. And we appreciate you staying with us. You've been listening and watching Friday Night Bulldogs, free, live, and worldwide. For Garrett Haddock, John Page, I'm Jeremy Holmes saying good night and God bless America.